welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for joining me. I'm joined today with Hugo and Hector, who are distracting me to the side. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry that there has been no content for months. If you are new around here, hello, my name is Ruth. I live in Derbyshire in the East Midlands with my partner Kirk. I didn't know where I lived then. With my partner Kirk of nearly 8 years. And we have 2 dogs, Hugo and Hector. They are Chihuahuas. Hugo is 5 and Hector is 1. And yeah, we have a lovely little home and I don't very often leave it anymore. I was made redundant in September from my only other job. I'd worked there since I was 16, so 12 years. And yeah, I've been in, it's just been a weird, it's been a weird couple of years. We won't go into that, but there's been a lot of change and I feel like I'm starting to come out the other side of it all, hopefully. But I feel like for the last few months I've sort of been, I keep calling it like my hibernation period, where I've just been really calm. I've read a lot, well, I've read a few books, I've watched a lot of telly, watched a lot of films, and I don't really watch telly, I watch films or like box sets. Done a bit of crochet and just tried to calm. But next year I will be 30 and I'm hoping that it can be a bit of a fresh start. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, so I thought I'd come on and say hello and apologise again for just being the worst vlogger ever. I'm so sorry. I'm not saying that I'm back with a brand new video every week, but let's just keep Ruth accountable a bit and give me a bit of a nudge on Instagram, like, when's your next video coming out? Or if you're interested, if you're not, don't let me flatter myself at all, but do you know what I mean? Let's keep me a bit accountable. Sorry, I need a haircut desperately, just a trim, like, but the ends like are frazzled and it's really, like, I feel like I can really see it now. I'm looking at myself, it's bugging me. Yes, but anyway, moving on. In the spring, my auntie and uncle are coming to stay with me for a week or two. They only live, it's like 2 minutes in the car away, probably 20-minute walk at the most. They are having, I've switched off then. I keep looking outside, like the wind and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, they're having some work done on the house, and they're coming to stay with us. Well, they're having the boiler done, some windows and the kitchen and bathroom, so it's all stuff that you need. Mark, my uncle, and his friend are doing the majority of it, you know, what they can do, and my auntie will be going to work, so she still needs showers, she still needs to eat, so she's going to come and stay with me. And they came over Saturday night just to drop in and say hello. They didn't stay very long. And we were talking about it then, like they booked, I think they paid for the bathroom or something like that. And they were looking at tiles and they were on about it then, because Kate was like, oh, I didn't realise you were coming to stay. I was like, yes, you did. And I was thinking about it Sunday morning and we were chatting about it. I was like, where are they going to put all this stuff? So if you've watched my old, this is a lot of verbal diarrhea, but I filmed this 16 times. I feel like I need to do a bit. If you watch my craft room tour, I used to have all my Ruthie things, craft room, makeup and stuff in the, sorry, I've got a little itch on my nose, in the box room. And then we had a spare bedroom, which was the bigger spare room. That all now is in the big spare room, and the box room is Hector's bedroom. So he's got his bed in there and treats and things, but our 2 doggies, unfortunately, do not get on well enough to be left unsupervised, I suppose. Sorry, I've just had a big gulp of tea before I filmed this and I think it's coming back to say hello. So when we go out, we put Hector in his room and Hugo goes and sits in our room, and then they're upstairs out the way for like if we're bringing shopping in. Yeah, so I don't have the luxury of having my own little craft room anymore. I've still got the luxury of it being in the spare room, so don't get me wrong, I'm not doing bad. But when they come to stay, like, all my clothes are in there, so I can move them, but like the drawers and the shelves and everything are just full of yarn and crafty things and makeup. And the makeup's not an issue because it can either stay there and they just can't use that, but then like the shelves are full and I presume they're going to want to bring things with them. So I've been trying to I need to de-stash a bit anyway. It's not just because they're coming to stay, because I could obviously just move it into the loft or something, but I have a lot of wool. And like, I think on my Instagram, might be my Instagram, I took a picture of a yarn haul that I got, and it was like a year ago and I've not touched any of it. And if you look back at some of my old videos, I've like when Kirk bought some yarn, like my boyfriend does my yarn haul, there was a fair amount there, and a lot of it I've not used. Excuse me. I'm not used to talking for so long, but sorry, I'm rubbing my knee. This is what, I'm on a chair in the middle of the dining room because I used to just sit on the floor, and I injured my knee last year, and I can no longer sit cross-legged for very long, or like kneel or do knee things. And I probably should go and get it looked at, but that'd involve leaving the house, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I'm sitting rubbing my knee. What am I on about? Yeah, so I'm de-stashing. So I've been making blankets because I know how to make blankets, don't I? And that's all I ever do. But just let's get down some stuff. Like I did an Aldi yarn haul. And I've still got up the big Aran balls there, but I've not because I've used some. So I'm getting down it. And I'm just thinking that if I just keep making blankets, eventually someone will either need a blanket or there'll be somewhere I can donate a blanket. And some of these I think could be Christmas gifts because one's grey. Most houses go with grey. I think Kirk's sister. Yeah, so let me stop waffling and just show you, because I've done this that many times I don't know what I'm going on about. So I bought from Aldi absolutely ages ago 4 of the big Aran balls of yarn. I still upstairs have a cream, which I've used a little bit of to edge a scarf, and a baby pink. And I also had 2 grey balls, light grey, of the same yarn. And so I've made, I'm a bit close, made a big granny square. So if you have 2, I was originally going to make like one of the shrug cocoon cardigans, but I'm lazy, so I made a blanket. So this is it. It's huge. I am 5'7", 5'8", and if you pull it a bit, it's my wingspan, and it's a square. This is an Harmony Aran roll. I'm thinking this is going to go to Kirk's sister for Christmas. She asked me ages ago for a blanket. Her living room's grey and yellow, and I had the yarn around, so I think we're going to give it to her for Christmas. It's huge. It's a big square. And I've just done a big granny square, and then done single crochet around the edge. Did I say this was an Harmony Aran roll? I have this in yellow and I had it in lime green. And other than an amigurumi, I couldn't think of what else to make with it without buying more. So I've edged this. I have a little bit of each of these colours left. Little bit. And I'm thinking maybe pom-poms for the corners. But I'm thinking I'd like to do it where they're removable, so she can wash the blanket without the pom-poms falling to bits. Because my pom-poms fall to bits. So there's that. It's absolutely massive. And if you have 2 balls of the Aldi Aran 400g ones, I mean, it makes two balls make a massive blanket basically if you just do a granny square. So that's good to know. I wish that I'd sort of put a stitch marker in where, because I've even sewn the ends in now, so I don't think I'll be able to find it, of where the first one went to, because that was a decent size. So maybe that like 1 ball would just be a good baby blanket or whatever. But yes, I've done that and I'm pleased with that. And then this one's a bit crazier. So this is all of my Armoni cake. I'm like, I don't know any of the lingo anymore. Cakes, yarn cakes. I had a Karen one, which was either Turkish delight or rum and raisin. I had two. I made one into a scarf and then the other one's in this. I made the scarf ages ago, you would have seen it. Then I had this one in the middle, which goes pink, blue, cream, yellow. That's one. And then from then I've sort of mixed up. I had a purple one. I had an orange and grey one, which was Oompa Loompa, which is from Lolly's. They're all from Lolly's, except for the carrot cake. And then I've used more of the yellow, and I have used more of the grey, I think, somewhere. The pink was in with the... I've used the grey here. I think it was just to finish off a bit, or just to put a bit in. Oh, look, fountain end. Yeah, so this is a little bit smaller than that one. Oh, is it? I don't think it is. No, probably the same size. If you pull them though, they're all the same size, really, aren't they? Yeah, so again, I'm 5'7", 5'8", and this is my wingspan, if not a bit more. Probably my wingspan. And it's a big old square. See, this one, I don't know who I'd give it to, so this one might end up as a donation, or I don't know. I keep thinking about trying an Etsy page. Let me know your thoughts. Should I bother? It'd be blankets and scarves mostly. I wouldn't sell toys because of the testing, and I don't really make much else. Maybe face scrubbies. I have a lot of them. They're just, and I don't want to make a massive profit. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. I think I'd love this to be my job, obviously, but for what I've got, without having to keep churning stuff out, I mean, I just don't want it to sit upstairs, you know, like not being loved. So that's all I have finished, which seemed more exciting at the time. But 2 blankets. I love the granny stitch, can you tell? This is what I'm working on at the minute. So I have selected some yarn. So this, I can't remember what brand it is, and it's really bugging me, but it's the brand that not Hobbycraft, the Range sell. It's quite a popular brand, and the Range sell it, but I didn't get it from there, but I just know the Range sell it. So that one, and then white, this is a Wilko old one. Then that one is Lolly's, can't remember what it's called. I think that's a, what's the shop called? Home Bargains one. This is from Lolly's. This is a NACO one, and it's like a white cream with different, I made a scarf in it last year, just a plain white. And then this is I've forgotten the names of everything, Mariner. And this is going to be a huge blanket, because I have this one, which is just a sit and crochet. You don't get very far. This is probably like 3 days work, but that's my wingspan. So from there, and then probably that. So it's bigger than me. It's probably like 6 foot. I don't know if that's going to be the length or the width or what, but I'm just thinking, I've got a lot of these colours that I don't dislike, like blues and browns and neutrals, but I have a lot of like I've got 3 different browns in a single ball, and I've got 4 of this that don't really go with anything. So I've got at least 2 of each of the blues. I've got 2 of these, 1 of these, loads of white, 2 of them variegated, different browns that are quite similar. So I've got 4 of these 50 grams, 2 of the NACO, plenty of white again, and quite a bit of light blue. So sort of like a blue-brown colour palette, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm doing strips of, it's just double crochet. I'm so out of the loop of this, I'm so sorry. It's double crochet, and I'm doing bands of 4 strips, but I have thought, I've got some grey that I'd like to put in it, and I thought that maybe I could do 8 rows of like grey, dark grey, light grey, dark grey, just to keep it as interesting as a plain grey blanket. Well, it's not plain. Anyway, the reason I started that was because I have been working on this. I absolutely love this, and I don't want it to be a baby blanket. I want it to be an adult, or at least a kid's blanket, because it's just, I just love it. The ends are there's on there. The ends are driving me mad, but every now and again I just fancy doing a bit of crochet. So, excuse me, I make up a few squares, and I have a fair amount left, and I just use scrap yarn. I try and keep it mostly to bright colours, but I have got a few like browns and blacks and greys in there, and I can't remember, it's not huge, and then it's sort of like a bit wider. But I absolutely love this. It's a proper labour of love, and it's either going to be mine, it's going to be given to someone that I love very much, or it's going to be sold for a lot of money, because it just takes so long. I think I've been doing this for like, I think I started it in September. I looked on Instagram for this, and I think I started it in September, but I just love it so much. So I feel like these two are sort of opposites. So I can either make loads, like make a tiny square and fiddle around and sew them together and sew in ends, or I can just do a row of a blanket. But these are both going to take forever, so I think I might get out my cotton and make a few face scrubbies or washcloths or coasters or something, just so I've got like the instant gratification. But yeah, I'm really, oh, I love this so much. And I'm enjoying the stripy ones, what I've been working on the last couple of days. This has had a break for since last week. I was doing it last week. Yeah, so that's all I've got to show you. I think I mentioned, like I say, I've filmed this a few times, so I don't know what I've mentioned in this one and what I've not. I have some yarn that I got for my birthday. Sorry, I'm stretching my legs out. If you could see how I was sat, I've got my hands in my pockets, my legs are like sprawled out, and I'm having a really good stretch. My auntie got me some yarn for my birthday and some hooks and some stitch markers. So that'll be like, I've got an incentive to show you that in the next video, even if I'm not making. And yeah, I'm gonna stop here because I could waffle on for ages. So if you have any questions, or you want me to go into detail more on anything, or you want to know anything else, please let me know in the comments. Please comment below, it does mean the world. And yeah, I will be back sooner than I was this time, and I hope you're all really well. I'm really sorry. I have missed you all, and the dogs have just settled, and now I'm going to stand up and upset them both, but never mind. Thank you all for watching. I hope it wasn't too rambly. I feel like I whizzed through some bits and then I've waffled on like about my spare bedroom for ages. So anyway, thank you all for watching. See you all soon. Hope you're all well, and bye. I don't know how to finish a video. Bye.